What's up, Broncos country? Have you ever felt that chill run down your spine when the stadium erupts, the game is on the line, and the team's fate hangs by a thread? That's the feeling, family. And today, we're diving headfirst into a battle that's making the hearts of Broncos fans beat faster. The fight of Calvin Throckmorton, our number 76, to earn a spot on the Denver Broncos 2025 roster. This guy's a warrior on the offensive line, going up against fierce competition to wear the orange and blue at Invesco Field at Mile High. He's been around the NFL, from New Orleans to Tennessee, and now he's here in Denver, ready to prove he's got what it takes to be a pillar of this team. Will he hold up under pressure, or will the rookies steal the spotlight? Grab a beer, call the fam, because this roster battle is pure gridiron drama. Let's go, Broncos country. So Broncos family, let's get to know this guy who's sweating it out to make our team. Calvin Throckmorton is that offensive lineman, built like a tank, 6'5", 301 pounds of pure strength with a mindset that never backs down. He didn't take the golden path to the NFL. He came out of the University of Oregon in 2020 as an undrafted free agent, which means he had to grind for every shot he got. And check this out. He's one of the most versatile linemen you'll find. He's played guard, tackle, and even center in college, and that adaptability is what makes him a name you can't ignore. He started 27 NFL games, including 20 with the Saints between 2021 and 2022, working under our current head coach, Sean Payton. That's experience, family, the kind that matters when the pressure's on. Here's how he landed here. Throckmorton signed with the Broncos in April 2024 on a one-year deal, aiming to add depth to our O-line. He's been around 31 games with the Saints, 9 with the Panthers, and 6 with the Titans. But life in the NFL? It's a roller coaster, Broncos country. In 2024, he only played in 2 games with us, logging a mere 15 snaps between offense and special teams. It was an up-and-down year. Cut from the roster, brought back to the practice squad, promoted in November when Luke Wattenberg got hurt, then cut again. Now, in 2025, he's back on the practice squad, clawing his way toward a permanent spot. That's the Broncos spirit. Never give up, even when the odds are stacked. Why does this battle matter so much? Because the offensive line is the foundation of this team, family. They protect the quarterback, open lanes for the running backs, and control the tempo of the game. No solid line? No touchdowns, no big plays, no wins. Throckmorton's experience and flexibility could make him that reliable backup, whether it's at guard or center. But the competition is intense. He's up against young guns like Alex Palczewski, who's shown promise as a tackle, Xavier Truss, a hungry rookie, and Clay Webb, a guard coming in hot. And don't sleep on Joe Michalski, another rookie center with underdog fire. It's like 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Every snap counts, and there's no room for mistakes. Let's break down some numbers. In 2021, Throckmorton started 14 games for the Saints, playing 937 offensive snaps, and he held his ground. In 2023, he logged 565 snaps between the Panthers and Titans, but in Denver, he hasn't popped yet. Those 15 snaps in 2024 were under the radar. What works in his favor? His connection with Sean Payton and O-line coach Zach Strief, both of whom worked with him in New Orleans. That familiarity with the playbook is gold. He knows how Payton builds the line, protects the QB, and opens up the run game. Plus, he played with Alex Forsyth, our backup center back in Oregon. Natural chemistry right there. And there's more. Throckmorton's versatility is his ace. In college, he was one of the few FBS players to start games at 4 different O-line positions: right tackle, left tackle, right guard, and center. That's insane. He was named All-American by the AP and Pro Football Focus, and get this, he didn't allow a single sack in 937 snaps as a sophomore at Oregon. The guy's got technique, strength to stop bull rushes, and the instinct to protect the QB like family. But in the NFL, talent isn't enough. You need consistency, and that's the challenge. His 2025 situation is high-stakes drama. He's on the bubble, as they say, right on the edge. In 2024, he made the roster more out of necessity than impact. Now with Wattenberg back and our O-line deeper, he needs to shine in training camp. Our starters are stacked with beasts like Quinn Maynards at right guard and Ben Powers locking down the left. Throckmorton's likely fighting for a swing guard center role, the guy who steps in for injuries or rotation. But if he doesn't stand out, he could end up back on the practice squad, or worse, out of Denver. Here's an interesting wrinkle. Throckmorton has played as the sixth offensive lineman in heavy sets with the Saints, something Sean Payton loves to throw at defenses. Imagine him coming in helping blast open a hole for a rushing TD. That could be his edge in the roster race. But rookies like Palchevsky, Truss, and Webb are coming in with fresh legs and fire, and the NFL is brutal. Only the best survive. This training camp will be a war, and every snap is a chance to prove he belongs. Let's be real, Broncos country. You can feel the tension in the air. Picture Throckmorton out there at practice, battling defensive linemen, sweating, grinding, trying to prove to Payton that he's indispensable. It's the kind of fight that makes us fall in love with football, talent, grit, and a bit of luck. What about you? Are you rooting for Throckmorton to lock in his spot, or do you think the rookies will take over? Drop a comment. This debate's hotter than a playoff game at Mile High. Now let me ask you this, family. If it were up to you, would you give Throckmorton a shot because of his experience with Payton, or would you roll the dice on the hungry rookies? Tough call, right? On one hand, he's proven he can play in the NFL. On the other, these young guys might bring a new energy. I can picture Payton staring at the roster, scratching his head, trying to decide who stays and who goes. What would you do in his shoes? One more thing, remember how much the O-line affected our game in 2024? Injuries hit us hard. It felt like the QB was running for his life at times. A guy like Throckmorton, who can play multiple spots, is like insurance. If someone goes down, he steps in and holds the line. But for that to happen, he needs to convince Payton he's more reliable than the rest. And let me tell you, Broncos training camp is no joke. That's where the men are separated from the boys, and Throckmorton's going to have to prove he's a true Bronco. So hey, Broncos country, if you're as locked in as I am to this epic roster battle, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single update. We live and breathe the Denver Broncos 24/7, bringing you the latest news, hot takes, and that fire in the heart that only this family understands. Smash that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and let's show the world what it means to be a Broncos fan. And hey, if you know someone who bleeds orange and blue, share this video with them. Let's grow this family together. And look, I'll be honest, I'm rooting for Throckmorton. The guy's been through it all in the NFL, cuts, trades, practice squads, and he's still here, fighting like a true Bronco. He's got experience, knows Payton's system, and brings versatility. But I won't lie, the rookies are coming in hot, and the pressure is real. If he shows consistency in camp and clicks with Payton and Streif, I think he earns a backup spot. But if he stumbles, the young bucks might push him out. What do you think? Is he staying or going? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from the Denver Broncos family. So, Broncos country, what's your prediction? Will Calvin Throckmorton make the 2025 Broncos roster, or will the rookies steal the show? Comment below and tell me what you'd do if you were Sean Payton. Don't forget to leave a like, share this with the Broncos fam, and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Let's ride this season together and show the world the power of orange and blue. See you next time, family. Bring on training camp and go Broncos!